Hi, good evening, people. I am Ryan, and this is the Hirschman channel. It is Tuesday, May 1st, 2018. I want to give you a recap of what happened on today's episodes of The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. Starting off with The Young and the Restless in today's episodes. Victor is still trying to recover and is trying to get back on his feet, but then Nikki has a nice talk with Victor and explains to him that if he were to once start working back at Newman Enterprises, then Nikki has to remind Victor that he can't be a part of the projects that she and Nick are working on. In other words, what Arturo is doing, that he can't get Victor involved in the projects, because what's going to happen if Victor does happen to get in the way of Nick and Nikki's project with Taro for the apartment. It looks like Victor is going to start playing mind games again. So we gotta hope and see that Victor doesn't play mind games with Nikki or Jack, or actually Nick again, because Victor has been powering these men so much, and hopefully because he wants to start working back at Newman Enterprises, but first he has to get through his recovery. In the other episode today, Sharon is still feeling on her mind about JT's body. Now she's starting to feel a little bit guilty, because she noticed that the night when she and Phyllis, Nikki and Sharon, when she and Phyllis and Abby and Victoria went to they actually remember Chancellor Park is where they put JT's body in there and took sand and cover it up with to hide his body. It looks like they could be running into a big trouble, because Sharon could be facing jail time because she cannot get over the fact that she doesn't know who murdered JT. So what Phyllis told Sharon, that they have to come up with a plan to make sure they avoid jail time and avoid getting in trouble by the police. But Sharon tells her that because she wants to do this as a friend to hide from the police, but Sharon tells her it's not going to really happen. So, and they can't count on being friends, because she's been in a enemy force with Phyllis before. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. And in the other episode today, there is a rivalry brewing between Jack and Billy over Jack during his first day back on the job at Jabot. Now, what's this going to mean for Kyle and Billy? Well, this is going to play out a huge part in the next upcoming weeks, because we're going to get a sense, because Kyle is gonna start learn the truth that Jack is not actually John's son after all. But could it be, if Jack is not John Abbott's son? That means, could Kyle Abbott be could he be John Abbott's son? We don't know. We have to wait and see how that plays out. On the other end, let's recap today's episode of The Bold and Beautiful. In today's episode, Liam is still at the cabin, and he still has a feeling about, and he's thinking about what that decision that he's going to make regarding if he's going to have a future with Hope, or is he still going to or go back to Steffi. Now those are the questions, but we now finally getting a clear light-minded mind of Liam, because right now, Rich stopped by over the place and talked to Liam, and Liam wants to thank Rich for letting him get through this difficult time. So finally, Liam made this decision, but we can't tell you yet what his mind's gonna be as of yet. But as of right now, he is actually planning on going back to Steffi. That means the good news is there may be a light at the end of the tunnel, because if Liam goes back to Steffi, what he has to do first, he has to ask her to forgive her. He has to ask Steffi for forgiveness. He has to beg Steffi for forgiveness first. And then if Steffi forgives Liam and apologizes to him, then their marriage will be back to normal. That means they'll start taking care of the child when Steffi gives birth to her unborn child. But in the end, in the episode today, Wyatt and Bill and Justin are all having a quarreling about Liam and Steffi. Now, Wyatt was quarreling with Bill about why he started to having an affair with Steffi again. I mean, he just found out that Bill actually touched Steffi and he was hugging her. That means, I mean, watch out, Bill, because Rich is gonna come after you. He told you to stay away from Steffi, but unfortunately, Bill doesn't care. He just wants to be with Steffi. But watch what happens when Rich finds all this out. I mean, her daughter's world's gonna come crashing down when Ridge hears about all this, about having Bill put her hands on Steffi again, and Bill is going to knock Bill out this time because he can't stand the fact that Bill is still in a bright future in a relationship with Steffi. And that's it for the recaps. Let's also recap tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. In tonight's episode of SmackDown Live, at the beginning of the show, we saw the United States Champion Jeff Hardy, the former United States Champion Randy Orton, come on to ringside and talking about what's their great respects for each other in the ring. And since Jeff Hardy won the United States Championship over Jinder Mahal on Raw before coming to SmackDown Live last week, we did find out they have great respects for each other. Now, the reason I say this because remember Randy Orton was the first. Don't forget, Randy Orton was the WWE United States Championship, but it was short lived that time. Now, in the other part tonight, we had Asuka, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair teaming up to take on the SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella, along with the Iconics, Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay in a six-woman tag team match tonight. Now, the winners of this match were Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka. But Charlotte Flair has to have a plan A for this Sunday's match because she's facing Carmella for the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. But as of right now, hopefully find out that Charlotte Flair should win back the SmackDown Women's Champion on Sunday. But that could change from there on. And then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the recaps of the matches on Friday. So be sure to tune in to my Hirschman channel on Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern because this Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern. And also in our other match tonight, we had one half of the New Day, Xavier Woods, teaming up to take on the debut of SmackDown Live's The Bar's Sheamus from the Bar Sheamus in a debut match. And I tell you, Xavier Woods really did pull out a good one tonight, and that was a really good one to start off the show. And that's it for my recaps of SmackDown Live. Don't forget to tune into my Hirschman channel this Friday at 12 noon Eastern because I am going to be doing a sneak peek. I'm going to be running down the matches of WWE Backlash this Friday at 12 noon Eastern. I will be running down the matches and finding out who is scheduled to win, and I'll highlight and find out who is going to win the matches on Sunday at Backlash. So don't forget to tune in for the Hirschman channel's WWE Backlash predictions this Friday at 12 noon Eastern, 11 Central on my channel. So don't forget to tune in for that. And in other news today, we're still learning about Louise Reese. She is still in the Lee County Jail. As of right now, there is still no set date for court appearance. So we're still waiting until when more developments and more details comes in. But as the next coming days, we shall be getting a better vision of what's going to happen for Louise Reese. There's question is if she's gonna get a trial here in Southwest Florida. That's the question that people up in Tallahassee, even the governor, is trying to look into that idea. Is she going to get a court date? Is she going to be having a trial here in Florida or having one up in Minnesota? Those are the questions between the two states that we're going to find out. And that's it. I am Ryan for the Hirschman channel. I will be back tomorrow with more recaps and more breaking news on the Luis Reese arrest case. For now, I'm Ryan for the Hirschman channel. Like, share, or subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with more updates and recaps on both shows and other development of breaking news. For now, I'm Ryan signing off. Good night.